In this video, I'm going to step you through the process of starting a security guard company the right way. It's not all billable hours and cash in your pocket, and won't be as simple as you may think. First off, let's talk about the mammoth in the room. The market is more crowded than a nightclub on a Saturday night. You'll be elbowing past the big guns like Allied Universal Security, Securitas, and Garda, not to mention the countless regional players who all want a slice of the pie. Now, let's talk about the secret sauce. If you think underpaying your guards is the way to go, you already messed up. Unless you enjoy the constant revolving door of guards and the joy of fielding 2 a.m. calls from disgruntled clients, you might want to rethink that strategy. First things first, pick a catchy name for your company, something that screams, "We mean business," but make sure it's not too intimidating. You don't want clients thinking you're running a high-octane, pipe-hitting mercenary group. So naming your company NSA or Navy SEAL Security Agency isn't the way to go. Next up, time to get all official with the IRS. Obtain that magic number known as the EIN, which is basically like a social security number for your business. Now, head on over to your state's business registry and make it official. Pay the fee, jump through the hoops, and boom, your business is now legit in the eyes of the law. Licenses and more licenses. Depending on your state, you'll need a manager's license and an agency license. And if you don't have the required experience, you better start brown-nosing someone who does. Insurance, the bane of every business owner's existence. But trust us, you don't want to skimp on this. Get that coverage, submit it to the state, and just like that, your agency license is finalized. Now for the fun part. Uniforms, patrol vehicles, and all the tactical gear. Time to play dress up and make your company look like the real deal. Don't overdo it though. You won't be taken seriously if your company patrol vehicles look like a fleet of Batmobiles. Let's talk money. No, not the money you're going to be making. That comes much later, if at all, silly. The money you'll be spending. Startup costs can add up faster than unpaid speeding tickets. Insurance, legal fees, equipment, uniforms. It's like a never-ending shopping spree. And don't forget about that office space. You might have to settle for making your attic space work, but it's a start. Marketing. Invest in a website, harness the power of social media, and watch those potential clients come rolling in, hopefully. Building a solid customer base is important. Focus on providing top-notch service, even if it means chasing down that one client who always forgets to pay their invoice. And it will happen. Now, let's talk about the skills you'll require from your employees. Situational awareness and alertness are critical. You don't want to be the company known for guards who fall asleep on the job. And if you're offering armed services, make sure your team can shoot straight and are knowledgeable of the use of force laws in your area for their own sake and your company's. Market analysis, not the most thrilling part of starting a business, but it's necessary. Figure out who your potential customers are, what they need, and how you can give it to them better than anyone else. And if all else fails, just overpromise and underdeliver the Allied way. Planning is key. Estimate your startup costs, project your first year's expenses, and make sure you have enough cash to keep the lights on and the coffee flowing. Running out of money isn't a thought until you risk missing a payroll period. Then you'll really have problems. But wait, there's more. Let's give an example of possible startup costs. Insurance, up to $3,000 for a 6-month term. Accidents happen, especially when you've got a bunch of energy drink-fueled security guards on your hands. Legal and regulatory fees, around $500. Because nothing says fun like paperwork and red tape. Basic equipment and uniforms, around $100 per guard. Just don't be surprised if they accidentally lose their gear and need replacements every other week. Office space. Make an office out of your home or go big with a dedicated space that costs more than your rent. The choice is yours. Marketing materials, between $1,000 and $2,000. Because you've got to spend money to make money, right? Website. A basic landing page site for $300 to $500 plus hosting costs. Just make sure it doesn't look like your toddler designed it. Now, let's talk about those first 3 months. You'll need to cover employee wages because apparently people expect to get paid for their work. Who knew? Ensure your bids are in line with what you expect to pay your guards, plus business overhead plus profit, or you'll be up a creek in no time. Keep thinking I'm joking and you'll find out the hard way. Rent, unless you're running your business out of your mom's basement, but I'm not judging. She only charges quality time with her son. It's a steal. Advertising, because you can't just put up a guards for hire sign and expect clients to come flocking. Supplies, coffee, donuts, and maybe some actual security equipment if you're feeling generous. Utilities, because even security guards need lights and running water. Insurance, because accidents happen and lawsuits are no joke. Taxes, the only things certain in life are death and taxes, and hell hath no fury like Uncle Sam knocking on your door with his hand out. Maintenance, because broken equipment and malfunctioning cameras are the last things you need. Delivery and transportation, for when your guards need to make a quick getaway. We mean respond to an emergency. Cash flow projection, more like cash flow protection. Make sure you've got a solid plan in place to avoid seasonal slumps, or worse, the temptation to borrow from the company funds for that shiny new sports car. Do not advise. You'll be doing 1,000 push-ups a night upstate for that. As a new business owner, you'll need to wear more hats than a Dick's Sporting Goods. Brush up on your management skills, learn the ins and outs of finance, and become a record-keeping ninja. And if all else fails, pay somebody else to do it. Now, it's time to find your niche. Does your service fill a gap in the market? Will it cater to an existing demand? Can you offer competitive prices and top-notch quality? If you answered yes to all of the above, congratulations. You might not close the business in bankruptcy after all. Knowledge of your market is non-negotiable. Understand your customers' needs, desires, and where they hang out. And if your prices are competitive and your marketing game is on point, you'll be raking in the contracts.
You have to pay for it.
Location, location, location. Make sure your business is easy to find and accessible to your target clients. And if you're offering patrol services, ample parking is a must. You don't want your guards to waste precious gas circling the block looking for a spot. Money talks, so make sure you're fluent in its language. Estimate your startup costs, plan for those first few months of expenses, and always have a little extra cushion for those unexpected surprises. If you've made it this far and haven't dropped to the floor curled up into the fetal position yet, congratulations, you might just have what it takes to run a successful security guard company. Don't be afraid to ask for help, seek advice, and learn from your mistakes. Starting a security company takes guts, grit, and a whole lot of caffeine. But if you've got the skills, the knowledge, and the determination to succeed, you're already halfway there. Just remember, your employees are your business. Treat them well, pay them better, and they will take care of your clients.